Prime time.
Prime time.
So what's up, man?
Oh, not
How you
much.
doing? How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
That
Well,
album
yeah,
cover looks good, dude.
yeah, it does. I
It's
like it.
yeah,
It's up on the wall right over there.
yeah. That just so everyone knows, Derek's got a album case for his Super Mario World record vinyl
Yep,
up on the wall.
yep. Thanks to Steve.
Well, that's what
Went and
we're
picked that up
bros.
the other day, and yeah, it looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Very professional now.
Did you make your way over to GameStop?
I didn't. No,
No,
nope. I was.
I went back.
Did you go back?
We went back.
Okay.
I got a couple shirts and another figure
Oh, nice.
for $15.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
No, dude. No.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, well, we were a little worried because my son bought them like flat paddles for the back of his controller,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently some games like they can ban you for using them because this was like a modded. You can mod this one apparently for like
Okay.
auto shoot and auto aim and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, really?
But he opened it, and we were worried that he would get his money back, but they gave him in-store credit for the same value, so we'll
Fair
take
enough.
it. We'll take
Yeah.
it. He was
Yeah.
fine with that because he wanted to get the actual apparently the Xbox controllers, the legit ones you can buy, don't have that modding capability, so you can cheat.
I gotcha.
So,
I'm not
yeah.
an Xbox player, so I don't really know.
No, neither am I. Neither am I. PC and then really the Switch is about it now.
Yeah, I had an Xbox for a little while, and then I mean, I still have my original, or not the original, the original 360, but I just have it for collectors purposes. I don't play it. I'm a PlayStation guy. I like
Yeah.
PlayStation better.
That's what I was too back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
I
PlayStation, Nintendo,
I
Sega.
I fired up Tony Hawk Pro Skater on the Switch the other day.
Yeah, you got it going again, huh?
Yeah, I did. I played for a
Good.
little bit and I'm like, well, shit. I'm not as good as I once was.
Yeah.
So it takes a little bit, man, once you get like out of the swing of doing your combos and moves and all that. It's like I
Yeah, you
was
got to experiment again and figure out how it works, right?
dude, I was epic failing. But it's such a great game. They did a fabulous job with that game
Yeah.
on the remaster.
Yeah. And it looks so good too. I mean, it's smooth. I was playing it for a little while too.
Yep.
Just having some fun with it. So do you
How's
have a grading company that you can have grade your
figures?
figures and stuff? Yeah.
No, I've never even thought about it to be honest with you.
Hmm.
Never even thought about it.
I mean, I'm sure there's a company out there that could do that.
Hmm. It's hard. I mean, it's truly hard when you find like going through and other collectors. I'm assuming when you trying to go for that old stuff to find it in really great shape, it's hard.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of your stuff is in like fantastic shape. So like that's why I was asking because you know,
Yeah. Thank you.
gaming stuff is like it's more for the cards, like collectible cards,
Sure.
sports cards and stuff, like grading. But I mean, grading for the Nintendo, like, or any video game stuff, really. But that's starting to become a thing, and I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, it can definitely increase the value of your games based on what someone said. Oh, this is a 9 out of 10 or whatever. But at
Yeah,
the
but
same time, you can never play it again. It's
right.
sealed in a case, and
Yeah.
is it doing what you want it to do? Like, I mean, if it's just for value, I
That's the
don't know.
big
It's
thing.
weird.
That's the tough decision. That's the tough call,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Do
And
you
there's
do that?
I don't know if you've heard of WATA before, WATA.
Mm-mm.
It's like it's a video game grading company that's come on the market in the last whatever, however many years, 5, 10 years, whatever. And a lot of controversy with them. So like if you look into it, Google
Okay.
WATA grading company and like the controversy that's going on. So they basically were inflating prices and like buying their own products and like recycling them through so they could just keep the value going up.
Well, that's shoddy.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And then like it's a really good documentary thing that they have. I think it's on YouTube that you can find it. It's like an hour or so.
See,
But I
that's
mean,
mm,
it's shady as hell.
I don't
And
like that.
no, and then there was this like dude who worked for WADA that had this really nice collection, and they put like when you get a collection, when you get something graded, it's graded as um I have Super Mario Brothers complete in box. That's how it's graded. Then you
Yeah.
get your number of um how the quality of it, and then it just gives you a description of what it is. And the guy that worked for WADA had this like huge collection, and they graded it, and in the description they called it the Carolina collection, which that's not a description of what they have. They're just all they're doing is like adding more value to this particular piece because it came from that specific collection, which has zero value whatsoever. It doesn't matter where it came from, you know.
Right. Right.
So all they were doing is like trying to just build up this value. And then it's like, oh, me and you have some pieces, we'll throw it on eBay. You're gonna bid up the price, I'll bid up the price. You'll bid up the price, I'll bid up the price. And all of a sudden we sell it for a really high price, but I'm paying you. And then you're just sharing the money with me, and there now we just inflated the price, but neither of us actually paid anything.
That's
You know what I
fucking
mean?
shoddy, dude.
Yeah. So that's the whole controversy in it. And apparently one of their CEOs or one of their higher up dudes was in prison for doing exactly that stuff with coins.
Yeah, well, that's just
So like
essentially you're scamming.
yeah, exactly. So this dude did this with coins in the past, went to prison or whatever, and then now he's working for WADA or
Game
was,
company.
I don't know if he is anymore, but doing the same shit. So it's like it's just shady, you know.
That's yeah. I would not. I wouldn't. I wouldn't do any kind of business with them. That's for
No,
sure.
no, I won't. And
No.
but it's that I was just curious about the grading stuff because I'm sure there's companies out there that are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
But like the cardboard, most of the old video games come in that cardboard, right? And
Oh
then
yeah.
depending on how you've stored it, is it gonna be, because cardboard after a while of moisture, it moves, it flexes. So there you go. There's a point.
Right.
I'm not sure how that would all shake down.
Yeah. Well, that's why those little plastic cases that I get, that's pretty gnarly, like it helps hold the hold the value of those
Yeah.
cardboard things so they don't get all crappy.
Right. Yeah. I should look. I wonder if I should look into it because there's a few I would like to keep. I have some 50th anniversary editions of a couple of the Black Series figures, from episode 1 that
Yeah.
I chose not to open, even though I really want to, just for the simple fact of they're actually quite pricey already on their own to try to find them. Even the figures open are pretty pricey because they're
Right.
hard to find, right? So there's some, but others like the newer Black Series figures, they make it so you can open them out of the box and keep the box in pretty good shape.
Right.
Which I appreciate that rather than like the 3.5 where it's plastic and you gotta essentially basically rip them open
Yeah.
to get them out, and then it messes with the but there's tricks to the trade. I see people use, like, razor blades to cut around the plastic to get the figure out so you don't but it's still open,
Right.
r right? So it's open.
Yep. The values. Yep.
It's gone.
Exactly. It's like driving a car off the lot.
And yeah, and that's one of the worst investments you can ever make, in my opinion, is a vehicle.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you get the keys and you drive it off the lot, you're not getting what you paid for it back at
No, you
all.
could turn around and bring it
You could
back, and
turn it
they'll be
right
like, "Oh,
back.
yeah, we can give you 2 grand for it."
Mhm.
I just paid $36,000 for the vehicle. I turn around and trade it in. Yeah, 2
Yep. We'll
grand.
give you yeah. And we'll throw in a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
They always got some weird shit they give you.
Let me go talk to my boss. I'll go see if
Yep.
I can negotiate a little better for you. Then they
Yeah.
go in there and make fun of you for a little bit, and then come back out and be like, we can do an extra $500.
Yeah, there was a story one time when my daughter was looking for a car. She made an appointment with a local car dealer, and she's like, "Dad, come with me." I'm like, "Well, of course." And the person that she made the appointment with, yeah, I mean, you could tell they're all just trying to make a. It's like, I'll go right now. I'll get cash, and it was only like a couple grand less. I'll bring back cash right now. We can't do that. We're gonna lose money. I'm like, okay, well, you're not making the sale today, pal.
Right.
But then other people will work with you. To me, if somebody brings you cash rather than, oh, let's see if I can get approved for a loan. But that's how I believe they kind of make their money now. Is, oh, we can finance you, right? At
Oh yeah.
such and such interest rate. Well, now you're just kind of fucking double dipping. Cash to me has always been, you got cash right now? Let's saddle up.
Yeah. Well, that's the there's like a saying that's like, would you rather have $10 now or like $20 in a week?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I want $10 right now. And how often do you see people who win the lottery? Do they get paid for the rest of their life, or do they take the whole lump sum
They take the
right
lump
now?
sum right now.
Exactly. Yep.
So,
Get that
and
money.
plus the person that I knew of the person, and he was a piece of shit, and I called him out in front of everyone, and we didn't end up using that guy. So I'm like, I don't want to deal with this son of a
Yep.
bitch.
There's just
But
shady people out there, man.
yep, that's a story. Yeah, so I should, because some actually, though I care about all of them, but the Luke Skywalker ones are like all my favorite because
Okay.
he was my childhood hero,
Right.
one of them, right? So I want to collect every 3.75-inch Luke Skywalker available.
Oh,
That's
great.
kind of like a goal. I got quite a few already.
Do you have a list of every one that's made?
You know what's funny is in my little bag I bring with to work that I keep my book in and stuff. I was going through it the other day, and I actually had a note card in there because I keep notes. I'm a note person. I got
Yeah.
little pieces of paper. That's just how I am.
Yep. Same here.
And there was a list of some Luke Skywalkers that I had checked off and got when I had went to one of the like collectorabilia events.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you said that. Yeah, I just seen that the other day. I'm like, oh yeah, I still need to get this one. And I don't really do the eBay thing anymore
Mhm.
because, like you said, the eBay can be shady. eBay's changed quite a bit now,
Yeah.
and there's so many different other sites popping up, like this Macari, and then you
Yep.
can do this,
Macari.
Etsy, and all kinds of stuff. Which I'm sure they're all beneficial, but it's a risk you take. You take a
Right.
risk. It's a risk.
Yep.
I really want to see it to check it out myself. I don't care how many pictures you can take of the damn thing.
Mhm.
There's nothing like actually visually looking at it yourself.
Right. Yeah, well, with eBay, that's hard with like all the tax things that are going on with it now too. It's like if you're selling on there, you ain't making dick.
No, not
You don't make
anymore.
money on that anymore. Like you can't turn and flip anything on there because half of it's going towards shipping and half of it's going towards taxes. So it's like you gotta like up the price and no one's paying that extra money to do that, you know?
I got burned on there one time really bad. $700 bad.
Really?
Yeah,
How
back
did
in the
that happen?
day, I was selling some magic cards. This was in the early 2000s, and I shipped overseas,
Mm,
and I didn't get like a tracking number at that time. I was younger too, so I didn't know. And this dude bought a bunch of stuff for me, like $700 worth, and it was day 30, 31, or it was like the day after or the day before he put a claim in that he didn't receive the items. And I went to the postal service to say, hey, and you get in the postal service only keeps, I think it was like 30 days worth of back logs to go out of
sure.
the country. They didn't, it was already too late for them to find out. So eBay took my money and gave it back to him. Never seen the cards. So I mean, I know I got burnt. I
Yeah.
know I did
Yep.
because these were that's one thing about Magic the Gathering is I used to love that game, but now it's just become so it's just a money pit now, and it's terrible, and they mass produce. But these were old cards
Yeah.
that today are worth 3 times the amount of what
Yep.
I sold them for. So it
Well,
wasn't
I've
just like
even
hit
looked at
cards.
some cards too that I have a few at home too. But like the game got really like way too complex. Like it was
Yeah,
already complex. It was I mean, it's a really fun game, but
it
now
is.
some of the cards are just like they don't make sense and there's no like I don't know. Maybe it does to people who play it, but
If you keep
as
up with
someone
it.
who yeah, as someone who played it like from the original game,
Yeah,
like
early 90s.
yeah, it like things set up together and it worked out really well and it was fun, but now it's just like there's
Yeah,
way
it's
too much weird shit.
they've plus they've cheapened. I believe Hasbro owns it now, so they're just like even the feel of the cards feel different compared to the original. Like the cardboard has changed. They're
Sure.
cheaper feeling. It's just bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. And actually, I was listening. Post Malone. They recently came out with like a Lord of the Rings set, so they've been doing like these weird sets. They had a Dungeons and Dragons set. Now they just had a Lord of the Rings set where they only printed one card, the Eye of Sauron, I believe. Saruman, excuse me, just one, 0 1. That was it, and they put it out there wherever it ended up in the world. Well, a gentleman in Canada got it, and everyone knows who Post Malone is. I
Yep.
would assume he's a big fan of Magic. He bought it from the guy for 2 million. One card,
Huh.
one card, $2 million for a piece of cardboard.
Yep. Well, that's
I mean, as a collector,
that's
right?
the
If you got
collecting
that
thing.
kind of
Yep.
money you want to throw around, but it's just Hasbro. Same with they own a lot of the shit now.
Yeah. But Hasbro didn't make money on that though, you know what I mean? They
Oh
just
no.
got the hype. That's what it is. It's a
Well,
publicity stunt basically to hype up the sales or hype up the game or whatever it is.
but if you and I were a collector, right? We're gonna go out and buy more of that shit and hoping to get that one card.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's advertising, you know.
Yeah.
Let's throw a card out there like the Willy Wonka golden ticket thing, you know
That's
what I
what it
mean?
yeah. Perfect
Yeah.
example. Yeah.
Yep.
That's 100%. And I've had a lot of fun. We used to travel around to go to tournaments. I mean, we drive a couple hours away. There was one time we went to because they used to do like midnight releases, pre-releases where you can go play in tournaments
Sure.
at this big convention center. And I won they give out random drawings and I won like half a box.
Oh,
So that
nice.
was pretty cool. So like I've had some fun, like I've had some luck,
Yeah.
getting some stuff,
That's
but
kinda
that's
cool though. I mean,
yeah.
I could have fun and that's like we talked about like with gaming, like I'm always about building a deck, right? Or building my character exactly spec wise, like exactly how I
Mhm.
want them. So like that's why I always enjoyed Magic is just building like really crazy decks that like work really well with each other that just play off not
Oh
just a
yeah.
bunch of random cards that do random things, you know?
Yeah. And people make money. I mean, they have big tournaments that they put on,
Yeah.
America versus so and so and China and they all get together like an international thing and it's pretty big. I used to actually watch it on well not on TV but some platform like Twitch.
Sure.
They would broadcast it with announcers and like people. It was cool. It's a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal.
Yeah, it'd be fun to watch it. I wouldn't understand it anymore though, because there's just like I said,
Yeah.
the
There's too
plays
much.
are just so crazy now, you know? The rules have changed a little bit too, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some friends that are still into it pretty hardcore.
Yeah. Well, there's that place right here in town that don't they have a big
Yep, game nights. Give them a
game
shout
night?
out. Yep,
Yeah.
that's my buddy Brian and Mike own that. And they do a great thing in the community with board games, tabletop games, modeling, Dungeons and Dragons. It's a great thing for our community.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
Family night they do. So it's cool. Very cool. But it's just too for me to get invested into it, it's to be competitive, because if you're a gamer, you want to be competitive. I don't care what game you're playing. You want to be good at it.
Right.
You got to spend the money to be good at that game. Now,
It is expensive. What is it? $3-4 a pack of cards for a booster pack or whatever. And
hmm just like Pokemon. Pokemon's the
yeah.
same thing.
Oh yeah. I don't know. If you can see, got a bunch of Pokemon right here.
Oh yeah,
A
yeah.
bunch of ETBs.
I like playing that too. That's fun. I enjoyed Pokemon growing up.
I've never played that. I don't know. I don't actually know how to play the game. I just have a bunch of cards.
Oh, and the game's pretty easy to play, but I mean, like even the video
Yeah.
games, they were fun back in the day.
Yeah, the video games are cool. I enjoy those. I actually just started, was it Scarlet or Violet? One of the two.
I was going to ask
Fun.
you
Actually, I didn't start it. I played it for a little while, about 3-4 months ago, but
how's D4 going?
really good.
Yeah, I've been hearing some more positive stuff about it.
Yeah, we're doing. It's season 1 is going on right now, so I'm halfway through that. I think building my guy.
Yeah, that's the
No,
best
it's
part,
fun.
man.
Yeah, I played last night for a little bit, getting some of those nightmare dungeons done and
Dude, that's
grabbing
just
gear.
it's instant gratification when you do dungeons and get new gear and
Yeah.
the endorphins are flowing, man.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just good.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's
It's
what's
fun. That's a in the end game in that is just I just love trying to find that one extra piece, you know what I mean? To like, oh, this is gonna put me over the top. Oh, this is gonna put me over the top, you know?
Did you ever play World of Warcraft?
Nope.
No. That's another great game. I used to
I heard it's really, really good. And I just never got into it.
It's one of them games that it just sucks you in and it'll consume your time like no
Yeah.
tomorrow.
That's what my buddy said he played. He's like,
Yeah.
I got completely lost in it,
Yep.
you
You
know?
do. You That's basically it. You go to work, you come home, and that's it. You eat dinner playing. It's just one of those games. It's done very well
Right.
of how they keep you enticed with it. But
Sure.
it's just hard if you're a family guy or have
Yeah.
other obligations to get invested.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good reason why I probably never played it, because it's like I'm gonna be lost in this thing
Oh
and
yeah, just
shut
like a
the world
Skyrim,
off. Yep.
just like a Skyrim, which still amazes me after all these years. I still get little things on my news feed or pop up that a player finally found this after 12 years. They discovered this area or this event, or it's like holy shit.
Yeah.
It's just that game
The
is gonna go
Easter
down.
eggs that
Yeah, man.
never existed or no one knew about.
Or the grandma Skyrim. I'm sure you heard of her. She's like in her
No?
80s or something. She plays the shit out of it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I love it when old
She's
people
got a
play video
game
games.
name, but yeah, she's invested.
I went to, it was a garage sale on my road. Old people. Well, I mean, they're old, probably 70s, 80s. "You guys got any video games?" "Oh, yeah, we got some video games." Like, oh, what the hell? Like, where you know, they'll have Wii stuff. You know, like, when Wii came out, that was, like, a big thing for people to get their grandparents because
Oh,
they could
sure.
stay
Move
active.
around.
Yeah. So, like, there's Wii stuff on there and just, like, cool, you know? Like,
Yeah, well, why not?
yeah,
I used
right.
to play, Ninja Turtles and Mario with my grandma,
Yeah.
like,
Did
from
you really?
On Nintendo, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, even my mom she'd get in, my aunt, yeah, it was
That's
fun.
fun.
It was a good time. Well, them games they're not as well, at the time, they were fantastic, which some of them
They
are
still are.
amazing. I
Yeah.
still would play them.
Yep.
I honestly would love to have the Ninja Turtle arcade.
I have it. You wanna play it? Come on over.
No, I mean, like, the actual arcades, the setup.
Oh, yeah, yeah, the big
That's what
game,
you
the
need.
big yeah, yeah.
The one up or the original would be great, but I've honestly looked up prices of some old my favorite one was when I would go to Chuck E. Cheese, Showbiz Pizza, if you remember how old that is. They had the X-Men one there, and you could line up, I think, 8 people on that thing. It was huge. Do you remember that one? You could
Yeah,
be
well, I don't know.
Cyclops, Wolverine, Nightcrawler, and it's basically like the side smasher where you would
Yep.
just dude, I looked at trying to find. I found it, and it was
Really?
like 35, 3,800 bucks,
Yeah, I believe that.
which is worth it.
I remember we used to go to Luigi's Pizza. Like anytime there was a pizza party, right? For like sports or baseball, football, whatever. We'd go to Luigi's and that's where we would eat because they always had like video games.
Yeah.
And back when I was a kid, like it was okay to be in a bar with
Oh yeah.
as a kid. You
Oh,
know what
yeah.
I mean? Like there was no there was video games in there. Parents sat and drank, kids ate pizza and played video games. I need more quarters. I need more quarters. We would play The Simpsons. You remember The
Oh
Simpsons?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so we would play that arcade game and we would just line up. When one person dies, they're out, next person in with a quarter, restart, and just keep going and keep going and keep going until we beat the game. It was like every time. It was the best thing. And
Well, it's
everyone
fun.
looked forward to it. All the
Shit,
kids
yeah.
did anyway.
Shit, yeah.
We
It
probably
was
spent
great.
thousands of dollars worth of quarters in that place, but
Well, that's why the arcade industry just fucking made mass tons of money. Like it was brilliant.
mhm.
And there was really nothing to them machines, just a board in
Nope.
the back
Yep.
and a screen.
Actually, they would reuse all the like shells of
Yeah.
those games and just put different games in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss that, man.
There's
But
a
they
good documentary on that too.
Oh
Sega.
yeah. Yeah,
Sega like
Sega.
innovated that whole thing and then yeah, once the arcade industry took a shit,
Well, it
then
was a couple of college guys. They were in college, right? I
they
believe I seen that. And then I think they didn't drop out or quit, but they were just they innovated it and then they got hired, then there was the battle between
yeah,
like Sega
but
and
it was
Nintendo and
Japan that started the whole
Japan.
like that's who made it. Like oh shoot, what was the game? Um
I can't remember either.
it was a ship like a
Like
battleship game or something.
they would shoot the things coming down.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah. Fuck, that's a popular game too. I can't think of the name.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Space Invaders?
No, well, that
No,
was I mean, that was important too, but, like,
that was
no, it was
Atari.
a I don't remember what the hell it was. Oh, well.
Hmm.
But, yeah, I mean, it was ooh, you hear my stomach
You're
grumbling?
hungry.
I am.
I'm
I
drinking
didn't
some
eat
Door
breakfast
County.
yet this morning. I
What?
got stuff to do. Yeah, not yet. I'm gonna
Fuck
do that
outta
in a little
here.
while. No,
What?
I didn't eat yet.
Bro,
Got up, made coffee, went walked the dogs,
man, you know what I have for breakfast every morning?
started putzing. What's that?
3 eggs, some 3 mini pancakes, and some sausage every morning.
Really?
I eat that every morning. I love breakfast.
Oh, I do too.
Cup of
I do
orange
too.
juice.
I'm gonna make I got some Kodiak cakes I'm gonna make up and
Ooh, I used to make
eggs
them
and
too.
bacon.
They
Yeah,
were
I'm gonna
good.
yeah.
What flavor?
The OG flavor first, I think that's my favorite. The birthday cake one, I'm not a huge fan of. It's
I
okay,
like
but
the chocolate one.
do you?
Yeah. And then you
Okay,
smear some peanut butter on them.
okay.
Y
I gotta be like in the right mood for chocolate.
Really?
Yeah, it's I'm not like a. I mean, I like chocolate. Don't get me wrong, but
Dude,
I have to be like in the right mood. You know what I mean?
I bought some, we went grocery shopping this morning. I like doing that early when nobody's around.
Yeah.
I bought some little Carmelo nuggets. Look at
Sorry,
that.
I'm
No, you're good.
adjusting because it was starting to bother me. It was a little crooked.
Yeah, I know. I apologize for you guys watching later on. Uh, it's a little dark here. The sun isn't up quite good enough. It's still early here for both of us, but I kind of redid some revamping of my room as well. So, but breakfast. Yeah, man. Now you're getting me hungry again. Yeah, I love breakfast. Power up, man.
Yep.
And
No, yeah, I
chocolate.
think I'm gonna
We were talking about
hammer a
chocolate.
bunch of eggs and I got to do some grocery shopping today too. The wife and I got some plans, so we're gonna grocery shop, clean up the house, get some. My kid, when he came home in between his little deployments or whatever, he actually like destroyed the house with all his clothes and everything. So now we're gonna go through and reorganize and refix all of the stuff that he destroyed. So
Wow.
if you're
Way,
listening, Logan,
way to
way to
go.
go. Yeah.
I knew Dad was going to say that.
hmm He listens to us. He's always sending me a picture. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm listening. Listening.
That's good. Good.
Okay,
Appreciate that,
good.
buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Tell your buddies on base. Let them know, hey, what's up?
Yeah, I keep telling him.
Don't be
He says
shy,
he likes
man.
our first episode the best still.
Really?
Yeah,
It was a good one.
yeah. He's
That's
like, "I
one of
just
our
like the
popular
talking
ones.
points on it."
Yeah, well,
Okay,
parenting. I mean,
yeah,
fuck, we could talk about, I mean, seriously, man. Social media is fucking crazy.
it is.
That's a big topic in the world. It always is going to be now because that's where we're going,
Yeah, yeah.
or we've been there. But
We've been there, we're there. I mean,
you
no,
know,
yeah, you're right though. It's gonna be with us forever, no matter what.
no matter what. Actually, when I yesterday, the gentleman that kind of got Derek and I back in touch, we mentioned him before. His name's John. He's great, great fellow. Does the book sale out of his garage. He's really into books and stuff. But I went and seen him yesterday and picked up a book, and it was just it's just even I told him, I said, I wasn't sure if you were having this because normally he posts it on social media. And I'm like,
Mhm.
I took a break off of that shit. And he's like, yeah, I would too if it wouldn't be for this kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah. So now he messages me when he's gonna have one, so I know. But he's like, yeah, that's probably a good thing. I said, yeah, I think a lot of people should try it, right? Because it
Yeah, even
really,
if you do it for a month or something, you know?
yeah, I mean, really, it affects you when you're not. Mostly when you got a little bit of downtime, you grab your phone and you immediately hit Facebook or
Mhm.
Instagram or whatever other kind of activities are going on out there. But I mean, it's true. No matter where you are, restaurants, you see people, their whole families around them, and they're all fucking looking at their phones.
Yep.
Like, do some talking.
Dude, go to a, like, high school sporting event once.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I, like, giggled. So, like, went to a basketball game and, just watching, like, I'm a coach, so, like, I try to support all the kids in every sport, whatever. And, I go to the game and I'm sitting in the bleachers and I look over to the kids section and the game's going on. It's not like timeout or anything. Game's on. Looking over there and every kid is like
Yeah,
head
dude.
down looking at I'm like, "Are you actually kidding me right now?" Like,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
Well,
Like, you
parents
came to a
too.
game to watch the game, and I mean, I get it, like, you're on your phone once in a while, but, like, at least try to pay attention.
Well, just like concerts. I mean, I appreciate kind of to a point, like when somebody's at a concert and they take a little video or share it, right? Like I get it because not everyone can go to a concert or see one of their artists they want to see live because they might not be coming close to their city. I
Sure.
get all that, right? But like, I believe even I read recently, I forgot which band it was, but it's like, man, put your fucking phones down and enjoy our show.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about the likes. That like, when they invented the like button, fuck, that changed the world.
Oh god, yeah.
That fucking changed the world, man.
Well, you think about it, and it's like, okay, so as a spectator, I'm going to watch a band, and then I pull my phone out, and I'm looking at my phone, and I'm seeing them through my phone. So I'm not actually seeing them live, I'm seeing
Right,
them through my phone. You're seeing them through
right.
a screen. What's what's the difference between watching them on TV or watching them through your phone? So,
Yeah.
like, see them as real people in front of you, you know? Like, I just don't get it.
And really, the sound quality off your phone sounds like shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. No, I know, man.
that's
Like, I
why.
get it. Take a snap a picture,
Yeah.
cool,
Yep.
whatever, but, like, I
Or
don't
your
know.
your favorite song comes on or something, like, I get that, but when I told the story about Buck Cherry, I remember, man, I wasn't too far from the stage because it was a smaller venue and they were just coming on the scene, but the whole time, man, I stood there in just fucking awe. Like,
Yeah.
I'm watching my idol in front of me jamming out, singing live, and he sounds
Mhm.
just like he does on the I love artists that sound just like they do on their CD or album live. Like,
Sure.
that's an artist.
Yep.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
where they
saying?
don't have to, like, doctor up their voice and make it
Right,
sound better for the album or whatever.
right. And then you got some bands, like I purchased some of my favorite bands. They when they go out on tour and they play live, they make like a DVD or they have some kind of collection that they put out with quality sound,
Mhm.
right? Like Def Leppard. I'm a big Def Leppard fan. I have a lot of their live compilations because they put them out and they sound good, but it's live. and the
Right.
quality isn't like off your phone.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think we're gonna be in for a change pretty soon. There's gonna be a generation coming up that's just gonna be like, enough of the nonsense. You know what I mean? Like, this has gone too far.
hope so.
Because it
Maybe.
doesn't nothing ever stays the same. There's always someone leading the way in change, right?
Well,
So, I think at some point, someone's just gonna I mean, you see it, people are buying flip phones again just to get off the internet, like, I'm off of Facebook, I don't have Facebook, I have
yeah,
Instagram, you know,
yeah.
that's I have that, but I'm barely ever on it, I don't post on it, I really only go on there to look at funny memes, you know,
Hmm.
or if my buddies send a funny video or
Sunny.
something.
Yeah, right.
Because literally that's the only thing that I do on there, you know? I don't post anything on there anymore.
Right.
It's just looking at all that funny content.
Yeah, I used to be on there pretty heavy with my Star Wars stuff, but then I haven't been on there much at all just because
But that's
it was
different. You're
hard.
promoting yourself and promoting what you're doing,
Yeah,
but it's not like, "Oh, look, here's a picture of my food. Oh, look, here's a picture of me smiling at something," you know, or whatever.
but some people put in a lot of work into something and you don't get the kickback that you would like to receive. Not saying that you want to be famous. That's not what I'm saying. But like
Right.
sometimes like some artists and other YouTubers out there that I know, but they put real hard fucking work in, man. And then they don't get the to me it's like the appreciation
Right.
for what they're doing. But
It's a lot of work.
it is. Depending on what you're trying to do, shit yeah. A lot of work.
Yeah.
And, you do that on top of your job, on top of your family life, and you're trying to, have fun and support and share things and experiences, and then people just don't give a shit, and that I don't know, that's just it kinda puts a sour taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Not saying that you're trying to get famous and rich and make money off of this, but so, yeah, and there's some clever folks out there, man. There's some clever motherfuckers. Just I watched you know what? I watched that Jake Paul documentary on
Okay.
Netflix. I know you mentioned that to me. And you can't believe the kind of shit people do to get famous. Like, I had no idea about their story. Honest to God, I had no all I knew is they were YouTubers, the Paul brothers,
Right.
and then now the ones going into boxing. I didn't know dick about him. I didn't know he was on the Disney Channel. I didn't know the FBI raided their house. I had no idea none of that shit.
Well, the FBI raided their house?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
For what?
Just fucking because they were getting crazy and they were filling up their swimming pool and burning all their furniture, and then they were like the brothers were feuding with each other.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was yeah, it showed them carrying weapons out of their house. Crazy.
So they're fucking crazy, is what
Well,
it is.
like, but that's that fame thing. All of a sudden, the
Yeah.
next thing all they were doing was recording their life every day. And then they just started to get more clever and more, people act out. We mentioned this
Mhm.
before. Like, you remember the ice bucket challenge?
Yeah.
Where like, that thing was a thing, and then you got the Tide Pod challenge. I know I mentioned that before because that was one of the fucking craziest.
Yep.
"Yeah, let's put some soap in our mouth," and, just some of the shit people try to do to get noticed is crazy. And there's probably way more out there than that.
Oh god, yeah.
Extreme stuff.
Yep. Well, it's like, I don't know, people are just absolutely nuts, and then, like you said, it's all for a like,
That
right?
like button.
I mean, there was I remember this was probably about 10 years ago, people were filming people in a mall where they would be walking, and then they would just, like, run and freaking clock somebody walking from the other direction.
I've seen that.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yes, I
that's
do.
just like, that person deserves to get dropped, you know? Like,
Yeah, that's dumb shit.
why is that a
That's dumb
thing?
shit, right.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
But all they're trying to do is have that really super outlandish thing that gets people to say, "Holy shit, did you see this?" And then all of a sudden, like, it spreads around. It's like, why?
Yeah. I don't
I
know,
don't
man. I've
like,
never
that's not
been
cool.
I've never been on TikTok, but everyone says, "Oh, the TikTok's the place to go. It's the place to be." I don't know. I've never honestly been on it one time. I don't know nothing about it.
For what? What, like, why is it the place to be? Why?
That's where that's like the main social media outlet, I guess.
Hmm,
You know, just like
sounds stupid to
YouTube.
me.
Like we're on YouTube here, and a lot of people switch over to Rumble now because there's no censorship
Sure.
over there on certain topics of the world.
Hmm.
So I've never been on Rumble either.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how popular it is. I've
Yeah,
heard of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. I don't know, but they changed. But like you're right, the generations, but they'll just be more innovative. You know, it's just going to get more technical. I don't think
Yeah.
it's going to change. It's going to more advanced is what it'll become.
Right.
You know, like bandwidth. Like how much? Like, can you imagine what the bandwidth is that everyone uses in the world? Like that's what
Oh,
we
it's got
live
to be
off of.
insane.
Fucking crazy. Internet
Oh,
prices. I mean, I remember paying $15 for internet.
yeah.
Now we're fucking like $65 just for decent shit.
Yep.
That's not even high end.
I think I pay 80 for mine, or 89 for mine, but I
Yeah,
got
you
like
can
the highest end you
the
can get.
gamer the
Yep.
gamer speed.
Yep. You got to get
Yeah.
that because otherwise your
And
shit
I
just
and I know
bogs out.
people that used to work at um the local internet
Spectrum
provider.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they fuck with it. They'll bog you down. It like workers. I know that people that used to work there,
Yeah.
electricians that would wire up your shit. And yeah, they fuck with it. They bog it down. So you gotta hey call and be like, hey, my shit's well, we can boost you up for another $15 a month, $10 a
Sure.
month. Oh yeah, do it. Run it.
Shady, man. It's shady.
Shady at best.
Well, you got to get that Elon Musk freaking internet.
Yeah. It's the satellite stuff.
Yeah.
It's all
Is
the
that
same.
any good?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm. That'd be
I mean,
interesting.
to try it out.
I'd trust his internet because he's not out to fuck people. You know what I mean? Like,
Do we
I
know
feel like
that though?
we don't know that, but I would just assume like he's out. I mean, everything he says, publicly is like trying to
He's
stick it to the man, not,
he's smart. I'll
yeah.
give him that. He's very intelligent. He's a good business person.
But he's making products that people want, and he's doing it in a way that no bullshit, or at least it seems that way. You know what I mean?
You know
I don't
what's
know.
crazy? What's crazy and like he owns Twitter, right?
Yeah,
He's got Twitter.
it's called X now, I think.
Oh, they changed the name?
Yeah, I believe so.
No shit.
Hmm.
Wow. Well, listen to this though. Just this is insane. This is what's fucking insane to me. Is our president of the United States got kicked off in there.
Hmm.
That's crazy to me.
It's nonsense. Is what it is.
That just came in my head when we were talking about it. It's like they kicked our president, the guy that is the spokesperson for our country. They fucking kicked him off of there and banned him off of there.
Hmm.
That's nuts.
It is nuts.
I mean, what do you think other countries are looking at? Like, look at this. The
Dude,
motherfuckers just kicked their people.
the U- dude, the US has to be a joke around the world. It has to be. There is so much freaking 3-year-old drama around this place. Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. It's like we're a bunch of middle schoolers. You know,
Yeah.
it's just
No, I know. I don't mean to
fucking
talk.
crazy to me.
No, I mean, I don't even know what the president was saying or what have you, but I'm sure it was, obviously, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it wasn't like crazy shit, but
Hmm.
like that's our leader and you're banning him off a platform. That's
Yeah,
just, to me, that's weird. You
it,
just don't do shit like that.
yeah, it's censorship, man. I'm telling you, the whole thing is. It's all coming out too. Like, they're they're proving that our government was talking to social media websites to like censor or ban or
Yeah. Yeah.
prevent stuff from being
Shaking
written
down.
about or told about. And it doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck what side you're on. That's just not right. You know?
Yeah, that's my point exactly. Yeah, that shows everyone else, other powerful leaders or whatever. Like, look at
Hmm.
this shit.
Yeah. Corruption. It's corruption. Everyone in politics is corrupt. Everyone. I don't care where you are, where you're from, whatever. If you're up that high on the totem pole, you got there because you fucked someone over, you stabbed someone in the back, something. You know what I mean? It's
That's
just
and that's not
it's
that doesn't
pathetic.
just happen in political or in politics either.
No,
That's
it happens in every company
management,
all over the
every
place.
company. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, you're gonna give me X amount of money to do this? Oh, sure, that goes against what I was saying before, but fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah, it's money.
You know? Yeah. I got paid to say something stupid and then, oh,
Yeah.
half the world hates me now? Well, half the world still likes me.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we take for granted some of the stuff too. I was like truck drivers. My stepdad's a truck driver, right? Like they need to be appreciated more for what they do, right?
They keep the world running, man.
They do. They truly fucking do.
Yeah.
But like even drivers in general. Like I've done it myself. You ride their ass or you cut them off or whatever, and you shouldn't do that to a vehicle that size, for
Right.
one. But
You're
what made
gonna
me,
be on
yeah,
the
you're
wrong end
fucked.
of that.
You're
Yeah.
done. Yeah, you're not winning that fight.
No, never.
But yesterday, the missus and I went for a walk, and we went to a 4-stop intersection, and a semi pulled up, and he waved us through. That was nice of him. And it happened again later in that day when we were driving. Same kind of situation. It was just, he was
Mhm.
polite. They're a 7-day-a-week job. They're around the
Yep.
clock,
Yeah.
24/7. We just need to be more mindful of them and give them a little credit and
I
watch
mean,
out for
think
them on the
about it,
road.
like, some p this is fucking so messed up, but, like, people hate on farmers, people hate on truck drivers. It's like, hold on a minute. In order to have anything, in order to build anything, right? If you're building a building and you're building it upwards, you have to have a really solid foundation. Otherwise, you can only go up a story or two because then it'll fall over.
Yeah.
The foundation in America, like, how do you get your food? Where does it come from? It comes
Right.
from a farm, a dairy farm, a vegetable farm. That's where your food comes from. All of it. All of it. Unless you're getting these genetically engineered shit that's giving you cancer, your food comes from a farm, period. How does it get from the farm to the store? A truck driver brings it there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's how this shit works. That's the foundation of how we can maintain life.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of other things that go into it, but, like, when you break it down, that's what it is.
Well, right. Yeah. And all them people need to have, our hats off to them for that because
Yeah.
the farming is 24/7 too.
Yep.
That's work.
Yeah. They're up before the sun comes up and it's an all-day job. I mean, there's kids in our area that don't play sports. They don't, because that's what they do. They work. They
Yeah,
work
they're
on the farm,
farmers. Yeah.
you know? It's like
That's a lifestyle, is
it
what
is.
that is. That's a lifestyle.
I picked vegetables on a farm for a while when I was a kid. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
it's good work. I mean,
working. Yeah,
yeah.
it was. Throw you in a field for a while, go pick some beans for a couple hours, and then bring your buckets back. It's like,
Yep. Yeah. It's a job. So I
yeah,
just wanted to mention that because it's important. And I
yeah,
don't
no,
and I
it's good
like
to
I
talk
said, I think
about.
people forget that kind of stuff. The simple
Mhm.
things, right? I like
Yeah,
talking about that shit.
bringing this full circle. There's so many people that are so lost in their phones that they forget about the basic things. It's like, oh, I'm in my phone. Let me order. I need to order something. I need to order soda. I need to order my food from Amazon, and then it'll get sent from Amazon to it's
Yeah.
like, you totally have no idea where any of that is coming from. Well, this is funny, like, remember when Chaz, when they took over Seattle or whatever, or Portland or whatever the hell
Oh, yeah.
city it was in?
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep,
Like,
yep.
people were trying to grow food on the concrete. Like, they freaking, like, sprinkled some soil down and then tried to grow food. Like, you fucking idiots you
Uh,
don't know what the hell you're doing. Like,
don't
you
work that
literally
way.
have no idea what's going on.
Yep.
Like, that's how disconnected people are.
Well,
we're gonna grow all our own food right here on the concrete.
yeah. Well,
It's like,
and I think,
God.
yeah, my dad has planted vegetables every year, and I see he puts some work into it. It's
Mhm.
work, man. Even
Yeah,
if you do a little garden yourself, a little gardening, it's work.
it is.
I'm out there picking weeds. I'm making it look nice, watering it, doing the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. It takes time. You can't just, like, throw some seeds down on into some soil and be like,
I
"Alright,
think it's gonna
good to
work,
go.
right?
Couple months from now, I'll have vegetables." It's not how it works.
You know?
I mean,
Yes.
you could, but they're not gonna be very good. You know
Well,
what I
right.
mean?
Well, and that's another thing, depending on where you live and what you could be polluted. If you live by a landfill, that's a thing.
Yep.
Because I mean, you got to think of that shit seeps in the ground, man.
Yeah. Well, there's that, and there's, bugs or if you have animals, rabbits, deer, if they're coming in, eating all that stuff, like, you could plant a whole garden and take your time with it and still not get anything out of
Right?
it, you know what I mean?
Land is a beautiful thing. Same
Yeah.
with bodies of water. We need the water.
Yep.
There's no feeling like this. I had a couple friends that had boats and stuff, and we'd go out and cruise out on the bay and drink some beer but just being there's a feeling that I got just being out there and just seeing water all around you, dude, and the beautiful sky. Like, I can't explain it. I
Makes you
it
feel small a
it
little bit,
just
doesn't it?
yeah, but it's just the most magnificent fucking feeling, dude. Like, I love it out there. I wish I could have a boat. It's just so, ah, like, just awe.
Mhm.
Just blows me away. Every time I've
You
went
should
out
have
there,
come
man.
with on some of my when I was with the Coast Guard for a little bit doing my traveling work,
Yeah.
'cause we would always
Yeah.
have to take those boats for a ride and test them out after we were finished, and some of the places that you went to were just like, "Holy crap, this is so cool," you know?
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I was just thinking about that too today. It's like, dude, just a beautiful sky and just out there and just surrounded by water. I mean, it's scary too. Like, really, it's
Yeah.
water. Water's gonna win.
Yeah.
And just to think of all what's underneath there.
Yeah. Half of
What
it's
kind,
probably not even discovered yet. That's what's
yeah,
crazy about it, you know?
what kind of creatures are under there?
Yeah.
Big dragon or some big water dragon come up.
Nessie, our underwater ally,
Yeah,
according to Napoleon Dynamite.
but that's another thing. Just like we need that, but how much the pollution that's in that too.
Mhm.
People dumping oil, all kinds of shit. And then that's killing, and then that's getting into things. It's all a big circle.
Mhm. I always like I always looked at it this way though. Like I get the like oil spills and stuff, but like that comes from the land. I mean, that's not like man-made. It is a natural product.
Yeah, but it's what we do to it, or what we
Yeah,
add to it to make it do whatever process it needs to do.
right.
Right?
But like in those tankers that spilled, that's still raw material though, isn't it?
I'm not
Most of the
sure.
time?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either.
Hmm.
I think about that once in a while. It's like a lot of everything that we have came from the ground, right?
Yeah.
But like obviously like plastics and stuff, there's different things added to it that
Well, the chemicals. Yeah.
chemicals and different things. But like,
There's some countries that are banning plastic.
oh really?
Yeah. Some areas that. Yeah.
But I mean, think about like w- thousands of years ago, we didn't have any of this stuff, and now we have it. It's like it all came from somewhere, and you can't just like make shit appear out of nowhere. It all came from the ground, everything, right?
Yeah.
So at some point, everything that we have, it was naturally in our earth at some point.
For most of it, yeah, I would say, but they're also like the chemists and shit and scientists and how they mix this with that.
Yeah, they're making
I'm
weird shit.
I don't I'm not no. beaker expert.
Yeah.
I learned a little bit from Walter White.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the stuff you want to learn.
No, yeah, right. Well, everybody knows that show because it was a fantastic show.
Yeah.
And it's just funny to throw that in there, because he was a teacher, a
Yeah.
chemist. But yeah, you're right. I mean, most of everything that we use to create things, I mean, it came from natural substances, but we just
hmm
added and induced it and mixed it up, and here you go.
Right.
But now, how to dispose of that? I recycle all the time.
But like I've heard that a lot of what you're recycling isn't actually getting recycled anyway.
I've heard that as well.
And I
I've heard,
believe it because I mean, if you have food contaminants on some of your, they can't recycle it. Like pizza boxes, they can't recycle that because it's got freaking dried cheese and shit on it. It doesn't work. You can't do it.
yeah, but who would they pay somebody to go through all the big, like, because we have,
No, it just all goes to the dump. They see one thing, it's like, oh, right into the landfill.
yeah,
You know what I
we
mean?
got to come up with a better system than that. I'm sure there's somebody that's trying to work. Maybe not. I don't know, but you can see some
Well,
areas there's a fucking mountain.
no. Well, you can like I worked for a um cardboard company. Like they made cardboard and like cardboard cutouts and stuff like that. Like where you go to the gas station and you see a
Oh yeah,
you know
yeah.
cutout of like a Corona bottle with a palm tree or something, whatever.
Yep.
Like I worked for a company that it's actually kind of weird. I worked for a company that actually made those cutouts. Okay, they're called dies. I made those, but then I also worked for the company that those products went to like actually make the cardboard and stuff.
Oh no shit.
So like I could see um I can tell a difference between recycled cardboard and unrecycled cardboard, like fresh cardboard. You can tell a difference.
Hmm.
So like when you get an Amazon box, sometimes Amazon boxes are recycled and sometimes they're not. You know what I mean? So like you can
Yeah,
tell a difference. Like if there's a really light brown color one, that's
mhm,
recycled. If it's a
that's
darker
recycled.
brown, you can tell that's not recycled.
Interesting.
No, it's just from the extra additives that they put in and
Spruce it
because
up a little.
when it's recycled, it's like, okay, you got recycled cardboard, but then it's like also like, oh, here's a bunch of computer paper or here's a bunch of like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
extra
yeah,
shit
yeah.
that they're just throwing in there to like fill in the gaps.
Well, it makes me feel good knowing I'm recycling.
No.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm sure some of it that you do recycle is getting recycled. You know.
That was a thing too that went up in price for a while too. Metal, scrap
Yeah.
metal. Metal went up in price too with all the shit going on. Material.
Mhm.
I mean, I remember like 2x4s. Remember when them were like
Oh god,
fucking
yeah.
$12 for a 2x4?
Mhm. Most came down a little bit, thank God.
That's why the floor that I put in this room isn't the best, is because I didn't use 2x4s because they were too fucking much money.
Yeah.
But it was just a little quick subfloor anyway.
Yeah, just something to get that room put together.
Mhm. Yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy, crazy.
Well, I'm liking the new design on the wall though. It looks good, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I had some fun doing it. It was nice rearranging a little bit. I
Mhm.
had I had some pictures that weren't utilized the best, so I threw them up and looks good.
Yeah. I like it.
Makes it pop a little bit.
You got to get some of your craft, your aircraft and stuff. You got to get them hanging from the ceiling.
I know. I've thought of that.
That would be
Honestly,
sweet.
yeah. There some of
Although
them are
it's a pretty low
big
ceiling,
though.
you bash your head out of them.
Yeah.
But you can put one in the corner, and where you're not walking typically. And
Yeah, I thought about hanging up some lights back there, wrapping around. I thought about doing some different things, but this is just temporary. I got a different room in mind. This was really just a storage room, and then I kind of converted it into this. But one of the boys' room, when they move out, I'm gonna make that my office or this
okay,
kind of thing. It's bigger, it'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we used to just keep all of our like decorations and all that kind of fun stuff that everyone has, the
Oh,
different
sure.
holiday stuff and extra totes. So,
That's what my basement's for. Just that's what we're gonna do today. Actually, is go through all that stuff, like I said, and put stuff
that'd be
in
cool.
totes and tuck it away.
You got any of your stuff down there, like for your room? Do you have some stuff stored away?
Yeah,
Bring it
I
back in
it's a lot of it's extra stuff that I'm
go
probably gonna try and
trade,
get rid
bargain
of.
with.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna have to get a hold of your dude from up north there, that
Oh, Man Cave Dave, we'll give him a
man
shout
cave.
out.
Yeah, 'cause I
Excellent
think
gentleman.
yep, I think I'm gonna have to get a hold of him and see if he's interested in anything that I got.
Yeah. Yeah, I would highly suggest it. He's a great guy. Helped me out with
Mhm.
some Star Wars stuff, and we keep in contact.
But I mean, I got tons and tons of Legos, so,
Yeah, that's another. The
you
bricks,
know, so
man. The brick fanatics, man.
yep.
It's like crack.
I mean, they're from when I was a kid. Like, that was my jam. Legos were my thing when I was a kid, so
It's the 5 o'clock free brick giveaway.
mhm.
Dave Chappelle.
I
Five
don't know what
five
that is.
o'clock free crack giveaway. No, one of
Oh,
his
what's
skits
that
that he
from?
did. One of his
From
from the
Chappelle
Chappelle
Show?
show. Yeah,
Okay.
he was a crackhead. Lips
Yep.
were always white. And yep. He's funny, dude. He's a funny dude.
One of the best. He
Yes,
innovated
he's
that whole thing, man. That Chappelle Show was crazy.
amazing. Amazing. His
Mhm.
stand-up shit is funny.
The racial draft thing was still one of my favorites. It was so good.
Oh yeah.
Tiger
Uh,
Woods
yep.
and Wu-Tang Clan, and they're like, "Oh, they're not Chinese or whatever." Like,
Yeah.
what?
He was clever, man.
Yeah.
He's another one that stood up for himself, and once they tried to take over his show, fuck this, he said.
Mhm.
You ain't getting your hands on my shit.
Yep.
Try to tell me what to do.
Well, see, I think that's just people try to take down the people that are doing their thing because they're doing good, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh
other
yeah.
people are
Yeah.
just like, "Oh, we gotta take him down.
Yeah.
Take him down a notch. Let's drag him through something and
Yep.
fuck with him." And man, he's doing his job and he's enjoying it and he's having fun, and you're trying to ruin it. That's just people being assholes. But it's like that everywhere.
I
Someone does a
agree.
good thing or someone is doing something a little different, and other people are just like, well, I'm sad and depressed, so I need to make you sad and depressed too.
Yep. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. Well.
You got to support
Yeah.
people.
I know.
You
You
know,
do.
if someone hits on something and is working on it and putting in the time,
Back him up.
prop them up.
That's right.
Go get it.
I agree
Because
with you,
then
man.
everybody will elevate,
Well.
in
Yeah.
my opinion. If even if you are someone who doesn't do as much work, but if everybody else is doing good, you're gonna do something to like try and get better. But instead, people always just try to bring the top people down. You know?
Well, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Well, it's
saying?
easy. I suppose it's easier to like knock people than it is to,
Problem.
right?
Everyone
It's
looks for
easier
the
to
negative.
destroy a house than it is to like build one.
That's yeah. Accurate.
You know?
Very accurate. Fucking A,
I don't
man.
know.
Yeah, that's the way it is, though. Yeah, and with your dogs in there?
Yeah, she just jumped on the chair to lay down.
Yeah,
She's
my
just
cat,
chilling.
Mary came back. She's behind me now, laying on the rug.
She's not stuck on the wall or anything, is she?
No, no, that
Oh,
was
good.
Richard. That was
Oh, that was
Richard.
Richard.
She's a cool one. She's my favorite.
Yeah,
She's like, "You've been down here long enough now, Dad. Let's go do something. I'll follow you
right.
around and give me some catnip."
Speaking of food, oh man, I
Yeah,
think I should probably go
get
cook up
some
some
chow.
food. Oh yeah,
This was a good talk, man. I
without a doubt.
appreciate our insight here, and want to give a shout out to everyone. Thanks for watching and supporting. We appreciate it.
You bet.
Stay positive, everyone.
Yeah,
Like Derek said, try to boost people up if they're doing something good. It's good to
right.
give a compliment once in a while. People like that. Bring a smile to someone's face. It's an easy thing to do. It goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Any final thoughts, my friend?
As Steve would say, be easy.
And keep smiling.
All right.
Later.
Peace.